shit, hold up. What the hell?
Alrighty. Alright, we're good. Mm-hmm. One, two, three.
All right, so we got gravy on my end. I believe I should wait. I think I shared this shit. I'm not being an asshole.
Me check.
Let me not be an asshole. You know what I'm saying? Let me not be an asshole. Yeah, we good. I did share it. So, what about you on your end? You know what I'm saying?
Sharing now.
Let me see what I can do like here, bro. Did I have a little bit? I guess so, but. Goddamn that, bro. Is that max volume? You want me to turn that up some?
Maybe.
Or was I like, nah, I wasn't near it kind of deal?
I don't know.
Yeah, because that's for a far back, so we should be all right.
Let's see. I feel like it sounds okay, though.
I could always just turn it up if you want. It doesn't matter to me. It's right there.
You're about to talk, so let's see. You might need to turn it up.
Okay, that's not a problem.
We might need to turn it up some. Yeah. Is it better? Okay.
I just hope it's not too loud.
Yeah, I think we should be fine.
All right, let's see what we're looking at. And then we should be good to go. We'll just start the show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so let's go.
Wait, waiting for me?
Yep. Okay.
I was just checking to make sure.
This one.
I mean. Wait, waiting for me?
Yep.
Yeah, damn you loud. Okay. What's going on, guys? We are here with another installment of the WithAllDisrespectPodcast. As you can see, your boy got water in front of him. He drank a little too much last night. Had a good time. Oh, that was this shit. But yeah, we vibing. Drink responsibly. Don't drink and drive. All that kind of stuff and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? But we're here. We're doing our thing. And, it's just another week of conversation and good vibes. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So, let's get into it. Let's talk about what's been going on and just maybe things that came amongst our minds and stuff throughout the week. And, yeah, that's going to be the show. As always, it's an open floor kind of deal. And, let's rock out. Have a good time. So, I'm your host, Derek.
Why do we always introduce ourselves?
Because you don't know if people...
I guess that's fair.
New people and shit. Come on now.
I guess that's fair. But
that's literally how you're supposed to do shit. Like, why do we always introduce ourselves? I don't fucking know. New viewer?
True.
Who knows?
You're right. Okay. I'm Brianna.
Sorry, it's fucking amateur hour right now. Hold on. Jesus, how long we been doing this
I
now?
will shank you.
Anyways, yeah. So what's been going on this week for you and your whole realm of experience and expertise?
It's been an eventful week.
Do you want to elaborate or?
It's been an eventful week.
Okay.
Work.
Right.
Gym.
Right.
Outside stuff.
What are you doing?
No.
Get off your phone.
That was habit. I don't even.
Just get off your phone, bro. Like, just get off
I
of
just
it.
didn't like.
I thought you were like about to pull up an article or something you wanted to talk about, but nah, I heard that shit. That was like somebody doing some dumb shit at
the gym.
At the gym, right? Mm-hmm. Oh, you're the gym you go to?
My gym.
Got you.
Yeah.
So good. How's that been?
I like it a lot.
Right.
I probably shouldn't have went today. I think I overworked myself. Because I got the vaccine. I got my second dose of the vaccine on Thursday.
Yeah. So trust me. I do have the shotgun right at the top of the bed right next to me. So if I hear any like grunting and shit, I'll just shoot her in the middle of the night, bro.
Yeah, make it painless.
Well, I mean, if you're already turning.
Just make sure our kid's good.
Yeah, she'll be fine.
And she stays here with you.
Yeah, of course. What does that mean? What does that mean?
Just don't give her to our parents.
No. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. Who? Me? Yeah, of course. I don't know. What the fuck? They could. I mean, we became who we are. We are who we are. So they didn't do like the worst job ever. You know what I mean? But it's our job as her parents to try and do like, see where we came from and give her better or do better for her. You know what I mean? Anyways, yeah. So the gym's been going pretty well for you, right?
Yeah, I like it a lot.
You lost quite a bit.
I lost weight.
Yeah.
I'm getting slimmer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your boy definitely weighs more than you now.
You do way more than me now.
We out here.
Not by much, but
y'all gotta understand, bro. For me, like when I was younger, man, putting on weight was hard, bro. Like hard.
Yeah.
I'd gain and then I like whatever, but now I'm at a good weight like that I'm comfortable with. And now I'm just gonna heavy lift and go. Your kid's calling you. But yeah, See, Kaylee's in that stage where she'll just call us and it'll be like something she's already figured out or solved, or it's literally like one of those like that meme or like I think it was Mad TV where Stewie or Steve, whatever, I think it was Stewie would always be like, "Look what I can do." She do that shit heavy, man. I mean, not wrong with she's a kid, but it's just like, all right, you can come show me if you want to show. Come show me. Like I try not to get up and go look at your little half a second trick. But yeah. When she gets back, we'll keep talking about the gym and like just the energies and like the levels of what she feels like in difference of her like performance each time at the gym. But up until she gets back, I'll talk a little bit. This week for me has been a learning experience overall. I've been taking like just like little courses and stuff that I can do online for like the business and just learning like different avenues and ways to like reach out to different businesses and stuff. Typically you would always, when I was growing up, you would always hear like just go reach out to the business itself personally or like through email and stuff like that. And like in the time that we're in now, it's heavy that you have to like be proactive on the email front and all that because you really still it's kind of like funny with trying to like be in person and meeting and stuff, but we're about to open up a little more when on the March something.
Oh, want to say that
like
13th, 9th or something like that.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, we're gonna go into what phase
3, stage 2.
Okay, so we're almost all the way open, right?
Phase 3, step 2. My bad. Yeah. So
even then, it's like because you start to see the vaccine and whatnot coming up and coming through. Yeah, but let's go back to the gym thing for you.
Yes. So
how do you feel with like energy levels and things like that? Like how do you feel like mood wise and all that before and after workouts?
I mean, I definitely think, and it's March 1st for that phase 3, step 2. My energy has been good. like I'm still tired a lot, but I think definitely like after the gym, I like come home, I'm able to like, you know, clean and do some stuff around the house before taking a shower and going to bed. But I mean, I think the hardest part is just like actually doing it and like going after work.
My bad. Yeah.
You just want to just exist, but
right.
That's the hardest part is
up, right? Yeah.
Once you're there, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
And the hardest part about being there is like the first 10 minutes. Like if I get through that, I'm good because the backgrounds are.
It's like opening your lungs up, right? Yeah, that's usually how it is. I remember like
I'm literally like.
Yeah, but once you get that second round, like after you come down off of like the initial burst of like adrenaline and stuff,
then I'm good.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah, and then like your workouts are pretty like fun workouts, right? It's not just like stretch this way and.
No, so like the first 10 minutes, you're like warming up. So you're doing like high knees, butt kicks, squats, jumping jacks.
What the fuck's a butt kick?
But like kicking your bum.
Huh?
Like you kick your butt. Like you literally kick your butt.
Oh.
It's a butt kicks. So we do those. We do squats, jumping jacks, like shit like that. For the first 10 minutes, it's like random. Like they have a plan, but for us, it's random.
Right.
And then we stretch, and then we start doing our bag rounds. So we have 4 bag rounds. So like it always starts jab cross, and then they add another punch to that, and then go.
Okay, that's cool. Like boxing is a fun way to.
Yeah, because you don't even realize that you're working as many muscles as you're working until after.
Yeah, that's dope.
And you're resting, and you're like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
But it's been good.
That's good.
It also gets me out of the house.
That's good. That's real good. Yeah, so try to think like what.
And they do it safely. Like we each have our boxes, we each have our bags. They bleach everything before and after, so.
So with the new stage that we're about to go into, like the phase that we're going into, what are your thoughts on like the way that they're trying to open up percentage wise? And
I just don't think we're ready for it. I think they heard however many people are getting a vaccine, and they think that that's problem solved. People still aren't wearing masks. People still aren't being safe. Yeah, it's not going to be good. And I think a lot of other countries are still laughing at us. So
a lot of countries are laughing at us for a lot of things, but the mishandling of this outbreak, pandemic, or whatever you want to call it, it's been one for the books, for sure.
It's fucked up.
Yeah, because in the end, it's like, we had a disease relief team, or whatever you want to call it, or, a global relief team, and those guys got the boot shortly before, or close before the pandemic hit.
I wish I saved it. They showed I wish I saved it. They showed a list of like, because they're going to be opening for Red Sox games and everything. Gillette, Fenway, and TD.
They can have up to 90% or 100%.
No,
but 6 feet apart.
Yep, 50%.
You could do at 50%.
50%. The numbers of the 50% still were massive amounts of people in there.
In the stadiums and shit. Yeah, of course. I mean, it's a stadium, but I'm saying like a local restaurant or something.
Yeah, so like concert halls, theaters, and outdoor performances will be allowed to open at 50% capacity up to 500 people. Indoor recreational activities with greater potential risk for contact will be allowed to reopen at 50% capacity. So that's like trampoline parks, roller skating rinks. Everybody has to limits will be raised to 50%. Restaurants will no longer have a percent capacity limit and will be allowed to host musical performances as long as everyone's 6 feet apart. Right.
So restaurants are open.
90-minute limit remains in place.
Right. So, but they can open at 100% capacity, but everybody has to practice the 6 feet apart thing.
Yep.
My question to that is, why did it take so long to get there? When these big corporations have been open, basically they did like the first window, like first stage or whatever you want to call it, or phase. They were doing like the people like in people out kind of deal. But after a couple months of that, like a month or two of that, they stopped, and then it was just like you can walk in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm talking like Home Depot, Walmart, all those kind of places. I'm like, damn, there's no way that there's that it's under a certain percentage of people allowed in the store. And this was like everyone I was going to at that
point. It was
point.
in the beginning too.
Right, but it wasn't like it was like a specific one just not following like the protocol or the rules. It was like all of them were open like that. You know what I mean? Whereas like a local corner store or whatever, they could only have certain people when it was posted on the wall or on the window or whatever before you go in. And what was it? Yesterday I went out? Yeah. Yesterday, even then it was like the bathroom said 2 people max in the bathroom. Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I mean, even then it's like, it's what, 1 stall's available and then like a urinal. It's like, so all these other places, like I can't speak on like the big like chain restaurants and stuff, because I think for the most part they seemed like they were doing like the table away from each other kind of deal and all that, but the stores and stuff, it just seemed like they didn't have the restrictions as everything else.
Because even now they're still doing it, entrance only, exit only, but people go in the out and out the in, and nobody says anything.
You're people, aren't you?
No, I try not to be. I have done it, but I try not to be.
When you're going down the wrong aisle all the time?
That's annoying. That's stupid. The aisle thing is stupid.
It's to make sure that there's not 2 lines of people crossing by each other. Think about it. And you
it's stupid. If I need to get salt that's right there, staring in my face, you want me to walk down a whole nother aisle that I need nothing from to go around? That's stupid.
They're in place for your safety.
Wait. If I'm wearing a mask and everyone else is wearing a mask, then we shouldn't need this.
It's not even a matter of the mask anymore, because if there's contact, if someone touched or brushed against something and they have the COVID or whatever, the remnants are going to be there. So say someone touches a bag of thing of salt, and then they don't even take it. They don't want it or don't need it. They leave it there. Now someone else grabs it with their bad so hands.
Then the thing on the thing doesn't matter.
Right, in the end. I mean, that's why they were saying, like, don't wear gloves, because the gloves will hold whatever germs it had or whatever.
Glove thing, in the beginning, I was doing it. Fuck that. And then they were like, no, you're doing this. The cross-contamination thing. But, like, obviously the cross-contamination was happening. Regardless. Like, when I was in the store, I was grabbing what I needed. Mm-hmm. And then I would take my gloves off, go to the car, had new ones, put everything in the car, take those off, throw away. But then it's like, yeah, but at that point I was touching my phone to grab my debit card, putting it back, you know what I mean? Like, all that stuff wasn't smart.
I'm just gonna jump live real quick for a little bit. A little quick one.
But yeah, Kaylee called me.
Yeah, what was it to do? Look what I could do.
No, she was like, I think that fish wants to get out now. He's been in there for a while.
That's funny.
She named her Starbeam.
I like how she be naming her stuff after her shows and whatnot. Mm-hmm. It's pretty fun. All right, so let me just do this real quick. I'm still figuring shit out, but whatever.
Yeah. What about you?
Me this week, I was telling them how I was looking up some of the new information on like trying to get like new business. But it's always easy to grab the first time, right? It's hard to have that repeat customer.
Yeah.
And I know I talk about the business and stuff a lot, but that's really where my focus is, trying to get it like up and running to a capacity where maybe motherfuckers don't gotta go do a 40-hour shift for someone else. You know what I mean? We've had great weeks where it was like, oh shit, I made more in a day or two than I did working for 2 weeks or a week. You know what I mean? So like it is lucrative and it's there. You just have to get it.
Yeah. Like I did, like, when was it? 2-3 weeks ago? I don't know. I did, and it was like 8 or 9 hour day. Mm-hmm. And then between the two of us, we still made more than I made that day.
For what? Oh, when we did
the shirts and
stuff. But the thing is, like, when you're...
It almost makes me hate working.
Well, that's the thing. You saw that what this pandemic we keep saying it too throughout this pandemic is that we started to notice that people are able to really like work potentially, say, like, I don't know, 30 hours 25 hours in a week, and then have a side hustle of some sort to bring in whatever that difference of money is. And I'm like, damn, so say it's 2 people working at 25 to 30 hours a week and not a full 40-hour week, and then they both are also working whatever side hustle they're working, but they're doing it together, right? You're not only are you seeing that people are able to still afford their rent and whatever other bills, but you're making money on your own And then you're putting your name out there more and giving more time to something else that could potentially become your own. You know what I mean? And you don't have to work for somebody. But also the difference in quality of life has been insane. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you know, obviously, still with working with the commercial moving and whatnot. For me, I enjoy that kind of work. I enjoy like the go get the physical shit done and get out of there. You know what I mean? But what I did realize also is like the politics, obviously, of like the field I was in, like the culinary field. Yeah. It reminds me almost of almost elementary school, where it's like the popularity contest, rather than who put the best work forward or best foot forward or whatever you want to look at it as. And to be honest, that's one of those fields you would feel would be based off of merit, like what you can do. You know what I mean? Because nobody wants to walk in. Like, I don't know how many people like are in the culinary field, but nobody wants to walk in and it already be gone to shit.
Exactly.
And have to play from behind the field. You know what I mean? So you need guys that can keep things afloat by themselves. And like, for me, I think that's why when we do like orders and like stuff for like people's shirts and whatever, it's so easy for me to just stay in like in kind of in the zone. You know, just like multiple pieces moving, certain things are getting done. You know, it's just
because you're used to that fast-paced stuff,
right? And I'm also used to like knowing, grab here, put it here, get this done, whatever. You know what I mean? And that's what, like, that's why I think I enjoy it so much.
What is it? The line?
Yeah, system? Literally, it's like the conveyor belt kind of deal. But it's just the change of pace, like it being something different, I think is what is appealing to me right now. Yeah. Or in general.
I think too, it's ours. You know what I mean?
Of course, that's gonna definitely
like we don't have to cut nobody a piece of it. That's our money. So when we get that money, that's in our pocket, in our savings, and in whatever we need it to be for that week.
Exactly. But and that's what our biggest thing was, like, no matter what, everything that we make going in first, we're not gonna spend until we get back whole to what we spent or put into it. You know what I mean? And I think that's where a lot of people like early mess up. Is like you don't try and get your money back. You just think, let me make off of like whatever I'm gonna make now. And then you also have to look at like growth, like when it's time to buy like whatever major upgrade, if there is a time right away, or you gotta wait a little bit on it. Like don't try and grow too fast, because if you grow too fast, then you end up in the hole even more. You know. But
like I feel like even for us when we bought that printer, it costs a pretty penny, but it saves time and the quality of the product is so much better.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's just right compared to the other thing we were using.
Yeah, like it's easier for us. You know what I mean? Like that quality. You go back to that quality of life. It's like, fuck, I don't want to do this because it entails this, and this. But with that, I'm like, I can do it. Let me do it.
So that's what I was working on. I got a couple other things going on. You know, obviously still working with the YouTube channel and whatnot. A lot of my stuff is like based on the social media aspect of things. I always want to get better at it and learn more.
Also, you got a new game.
The fitness thing? Oh yeah. I got the
Ring Fit?
Huh?
Ring Fit?
Yeah, something like that. It's like called Ring Fit or whatever for like the Switch. I mean, it's fun or whatever, but it's like a lot of cardio, and I really want to just like cut and get the core back. You know what I mean? So I gotta like definitely like get like some heavy dumbbells and just like toss them shits up, bro. That's what I need.
Yeah. Kaylee really enjoyed it though.
Yeah. But kids that for some reason their lungs be crazy good.
She was going and she was like, I'll do another one.
She was all rosy and shit, and I'm like, bro, like, you want some water? Like,
take a second, sit down.
I'm sitting there. I was like, damn, I started it. Like, I did a full like the like one round or a map, and then I'm like, all right. So I let her do a little bit, and like it took forever for her to even want to get off.
She was like, I got this. Yeah, but that was fun.
Yeah, so like. We're working obviously on doing a more, what do you call that? A more consistent schedule or routine.
Yeah, we're trying.
So like we said, every Saturday we'll be here. Every Saturday, even if it's for a little bit, we'll be here. We're gonna always be here around 5:00 every Saturday.
If not earlier.
If not earlier and run longer, we'll always be here at least an hour or 45 minutes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it'll be basic shit talking and whatnot. And obviously we could do more of like a pick subjects and shit, throughout if that's something we're looking to do. I definitely have a couple that I want to talk to you about today.
Yeah.
And trust me, it's not always going to be about race and shit, but like, that does come across and come about a lot because of the current climate we live in, and we can't ignore that. But what the hell was I going to say? Oh, the next thing or the other thing we're going to do, like more consistent, is work on the YouTube channel and do a lot more of like the nudes with Bree.
Yes, we got to get back into it.
We got a new thing called What's Snacking, and that'll be snacks all around
like
around the world kind of deal.
The snack crates and stuff will go on there.
We're gonna grab like snacks from like random stores and stuff that like we wouldn't typically see. And those ones will most likely most of the time include our daughter, because this little girl has whatever that like it factor is, and she has that confidence so young. So that's something we want to what do you call that? Nurture. We want to like nourish it, like you know what I mean, like let her show.
She's really good at it.
Yeah. She has timing. She has like she has like that. It's like almost like a natural knack for it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I'm not just saying that because I'm her dad. I'm saying it because I sat there and I watched her throw out a knock joke or whatever, or one of those like, oh, what's a whatever, and her delivery was clear.
It was a dog one, right?
Maybe I don't remember. There was a couple where I was just like, damn, like this girl has like comedic timing down, like the delivery. Give that pause. You throw out your guess. You give that pause. Mm-hmm. Her timing. Like I said, with the pause and then throwing out the joke. Like this is the kind of stuff like when I was younger, people told me I was like funny and shit, whatever. But like I think my funny was like the same as now. Like I'm just like a funny, goofy kind of guy, right? Mm-hmm. But like hers is like it's cerebral.
No, you.
Right, if I had her confidence younger, like if I had like that, like joking with everybody kind of deal, yeah, I would have probably been like a lot more happy, young.
Yeah, and I think that's as parents, we're trying not to hinder any of that, right? Like she has so many interests. We're like, okay, what are you interested in? Let's try that, Mm-hmm. And right now she's starting to show interest in making bracelets, and she wants to sell them. So we're like, all right, let's do this. But then, trying to teach her that you wanted to do this, so you have to be the one to sit down and do it. And if you don't do it, then you don't get that money.
Right, because we're not gonna
without freaking her out to be like, you have to do this.
Right. Like obviously we'll help her like in every way we can, and push her in the right direction and just help her figure out other things that, if she wants to do whatever, because like she likes to draw and everything too. So it's like, why not take a couple of your ideas and put them on a shirt or put them on a little like sticker or something.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things that it's like every avenue that we're going down and exploring now is now available for her. Mm-hmm. Early, you know what I mean? Well, we didn't have that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and that's the thing too, is she's watching what we're doing, and so she's building upon that. Yeah,
like when we were setting up the shirts and stuff.
She was like, I need help. Can I help? She was in there. Let me help you.
Can I put the small shirts in this bin and then the bigger ones in this one? Yeah. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. So I'll put the black shirts here and I'll put the white shirts here.
Because she's
watching.
She's like her mom, OCD like a motherfucker. What? You gotta tell me
only with our stuff, because her room is
but
ridiculous.
She's like the organized mess, because you tell her go get something, that little motherfucker, she knows where it is.
She knows exactly
I'm
where
like,
it is.
what the hell?
She'll be like, where's my tiger? And we're like, I don't know. She's like, it's under that toy on the bottom shelf. I'm like, what the
So heck? They go get it. No, but yeah, so one of the topics I want to talk about today, it's a heavy one, and I think we'll just jump right into it. I don't think you've seen it or know about it, but there was a gamer who was playing Call of Duty Mobile, and he had a rival gamer who also played, mm-hmm. and he knew that she lived in the area, so he invited her over to go play Call of Duty at his place, and the motherfucker killed her. I think he was 18 and she was 19 or something like that.
What?
Yeah.
Get the hell out of here.
Yeah. I mean, we could pull it up and put it on there if you want, but yeah, so it was just like, damn, like, this is a mobile game where really it's majority probably filled with bots in the lobbies and whatnot, and the couple people who are in there probably like you push for the leaderboards and stuff. That's just kind of how you are when you play video games, especially like Call of Duty. It's a competitive ass game, but to take it anywhere further, or like outside of the game, is that's some soft ass shit, bro. And then for you to kill somebody, you're a fucking pussy, and it's a female you killed. Like, yeah, I'm not saying like kill anybody, but for you to take a woman's life in general. And it's and you're a man, like, come the fuck on, bro. And then behind, it's not even behind, like, it was like some weak shit. And then he like put a video of her body after he stabbed her and said, oh, you guys are saying it's fake. No, he's like, it's real. So you gloat about it and shit, and then you're like manifest or whatever you left. You said it's because you were sad and didn't
this was
care.
recent.
Yeah, like
the 23rd of February.
Yeah. So when I saw it, I was like, damn, bro. Like, for me, I'm a big gamer. I love video games. I love the idea of like people putting together video games. Like the whole thing kind of fascinates me.
In Brazil.
Since I was a kid, right? Damn, kid. So since I was a kid, I've been like an avid gamer, right? Like pretty heavy. And when I saw this, I was just like, damn, like that's just like nuts. Like most of the time, you would hear like maybe somebody's depressed and they like take their own life and shit. That's happened quite a bit. I'm sure that happens in a lot of like hobbies and fields, right? Like in life in general. But for you to go and kill a girl because she holds the higher, or she's your rival.
Well, this says that he showed little regret or trouble over the murder. Claimed he wanted to kill her. He said, "My sanity is completely fit," when they were taking him into custody.
No. So it's one of those things where the guy he got no remorse.
And he got caught because he shared images of it.
Yeah, instead of, he's like, it was real. Y'all think I was playing? Like, what the fuck, dude? What's wrong with you?
They say that he targeted her because she was a woman.
Yeah, but they also said that she was his rival or something like that. They mentioned it like 5 times in the article. So I'm like, they must know about each other then. There's a reason why you targeted her. So I'm assuming she was higher than him on the leaderboards or something.
Yeah. It said he also sent a PDF where he left messages of hatred against Christians and makes a nod to terrorism. Something about the Klan leadership.
Oh, maybe on Call of Duty there was a Klan or whatever. Yeah, I just feel like a lot of the times when they add that other stuff, it becomes propaganda.
But it's like
let's just say at the core of the issue in front.
No matter what she may or may not have done, said,
right,
she still didn't deserve to get stabbed to death.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it should ever get that far when it comes to video games, bro. Like, video games are supposed to be something that you're passionate about and have a good time with. You know what I mean? It like, Call of Duty has gotten me hot like before, but I never never thought I'd fight a motherfucker over a game. Like, no. The only time I'd fight you over a game is if you stole it from me, or if we playing like basketball or football and it got like physical, But even then, that's like heat of the moment kind of deal. Whereas to like a video game, I've never. Like, I can't justify it or fathom it in my head that he actually took it like that far, And to be honest, it's like, a lot of the times, like, when talking about like the gaming like community, a lot of like the gamers who play like other things other than sport games are looked at as like nerds and shit. But like the amount of female gamers has started to like really blossom and blow up. Like, I don't know if it's a matter of that they're getting comfortable and like coming out saying they play video games. Or if that hold on, you keep moving this and like messing up. Or if it's that not that they're comfortable, but like that their parents are like showing them like play video games and whatnot.
So this comment just said, "Better no video game for kids."
Like, at all?
I think to an extent, right?
I don't think so.
I think it's to an extent in the sense of your kids playing video games for hours and hours and hours upon hours during their day, and you have no idea who they're playing with, who they're talking to, what they're saying. That's different. Yeah, right. Like, I feel like for us, Kaylee can play whatever video game she wants, but it's going to be in the living room. Right. Like, she's not going to have that in her room. Right. Because we need to be able to hear who's saying what to her, what she's saying back. Right. Because that's part of it.
That's how she's older.
You know what I mean? That's part of it.
Right. To say like no video games for kids or whatever, I feel like that's a little too far or extreme. Hold on, we're being invaded. Wow. Yeah, stay over there. I don't want you on camera.
There's something I need to show you outside.
What?
Just go. Go ahead. I got this. Yeah, so right. So to say like the whole thing about the game thing, you gotta remember is like as kids or children, right? We're like a blank slate, right? Or a sponge. We soak everything up. That's true. But if you start to limit and take away, then you're starting to like really slow down progress or opportunities and chances of like growth and connection, right? So like say a kid is like really into technology or games and stuff, and that's what they really like show interest in. Well, now we're talking where the person or kid could end up in tech of any sort. They could be wanting to do cybersecurity. They could be wanting to do engineering of any sort. Obviously, like they can go into game developing or developing softwares in general. So there's like a lot that can stem from just technology and gaming, to be honest, the way that a lot of the games work. And like, again, you got sports games, you got shooters and things like that are like specific genres. But like a lot of games, like say you play the adventure games and things like that, they have puzzles and stuff in the games that you have to really like take your time out and solve. So you're looking for certain things in the game on like on the map you're in. So like to take away games as a whole, I find to be a little extreme. But I do agree with the amount of games you play, like time wise. And obviously if it's a kid, like the whole thing that's different, like when I was growing up playing video games, there wasn't online. As you know what I mean, like that wasn't until later. But when we were like younger, it was 5 of us. We would play whatever
I was
console,
gonna say.
and who wasn't playing would watch, you know, and then they'd get the next round or whatever.
And I think also now, like you know, you have everything.
Sorry, but while you were gone, I said that like gaming itself like can bring a whole nother like avenue for the kids' mind, like you know, for like wanting to be interested in tech, being a engineer or developer,
video
like that.
Game and all that stuff.
Right.
That's a, you know,
motherfuckers are making $50,000 a month
bank
playing
video games.
Like, bro, I just gotta find one I'm good at.
Buying houses upon houses. You know.
I should just start back up with Gears of War.
Yeah.
I really should.
Yeah, I think we do it. You have a Twitch channel already.
Right. I got 2.
Technically.
Right.
But you know, now it's inevitable. Kids are going to use the internet. Kids are going to, you know, they have the means to do pretty much anything right now. Find out anything. You know, when there's a will, there's a way. If you take your daughter or son's phone,
back your mic up a little bit.
Why?
You're peaking a little. It's not very often, but it's coming about.
When you're now you made me forget what I was saying.
I'm sorry, it's just that
you should have just
I didn't want it to crackle. Go ahead.
Okay, so they have access to it. So even if you take your daughter or son's phone, internet, whatever, they go to school, they're using their friend's phone all day. You know what I mean?
That's what I was seeing as a teenager. The girls who parents wouldn't let them use phones and stuff.
They use their friend's phone.
And then they'd be talking to mad motherfuckers. I was like, God damn.
Because they know they're not going to get caught. Because my mom is not going to take her phone.
Right. But and then, you know, it's like they would only use it during the hours of school. But like, you was heavy hoeing.
A lot of people do it. But but now it's almost worse, right? Like, I'd rather you keep your own phone so I could see what you're doing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And the way that it's got is like parents can see like everything on the phone.
But you have to want to. You know what I mean? You have to be vigilant in that. And there's a line of privacy.
Yeah, but like, and that's the thing is, if we check, I don't want to see no accidental.
But it's not
nude shots, bro.
No, I need to see that.
Huh?
Yeah. And let's be honest, kids are going to send nudes.
Yeah.
Teach them the right way.
To what?
Like, teach them how to be safe in doing so, right?
Okay, I'm good.
It's going to happen. So, I mean, more so for girls. Guys can send nudes with their freaking face in it, and as long as they got a decent dick, great job. You know, we're proud of you.
Right.
But if a girl sends, like, tip pics or something, you know, it's like, oh, look.
Oblong, bitch.
Oh, but it's like, you know, like, girls really have to be careful with, you know, if you're sending a tip pic or whatever, make sure that there's no, like, identifiable stuff in there. Like, no birthmarks, no rings, no jewelry, like, nothing that could link that photo to you. Right. Because then, at least you can be like, oh, I sent that nude. That's not even me.
Show us your tits right now.
You know what I mean? Like, and,
I agree
like, it's inevitable. Kids are going to do it. You got to, and I think as parents in general, and I'll speak for, like, my mom, she never talked to us about that stuff. She was more of like,
it was still newish though, right?
But I think it was like, they did it, like, it wasn't as often. Ooh. I'm saying, like, the whole, not just like the nudes thing, I'm saying, like, the whole conversation of, like, you know, boys and sex, and right. You know, it was more of like, you shouldn't have sex, don't have a baby
ever.
And then it was like, okay, but, like, you know, and, like, you know, they did what they thought was best at that time, and from probably what they knew, right? Same thing for, like, you and your mom. Like, she taught you guys based on what she experienced.
My mother did a little more. I'd say it was more than just teaching. It was like scarring. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure she was coming from a place of like safety and goodwill, right? But yeah, man, like, it's scary, especially like just as scary as it is to have girls. It's scary to try and raise a good guy, like a good man. You know what I mean? Because it's so easy to just fall into the category of just go fuck anything you can. You know what I mean? And excuse the language, but that, or it's easy to be like just another shithead, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kind of deal.
Deadbeat.
Right. And as I got older and like opened up and listened more, it's the biggest thing was I listened more. The amount of people people and mainly women who are abused of some sort growing up, and it'd be by obviously like, it would be like a male or someone close to the family or a family member. It's unsettling. You know what I mean? Excuse me.
Yeah. And I think as parents, from noticing that and seeing that, you're kind of like even for us, it's like wholeheartedly we know that like our daughter is going to be safe at our parents' houses,
right?
But in my head, I'm like, she don't gotta go nowhere.
She doesn't.
Y'all want to come sleep over? Come on over. Bring the whole family.
Yeah, and with my mom's great teaching and scarring, I keep my ass in the room when there's girls running around her. I don't be like, so, and you know what it is that it like really kicked in heavier. I use your sisters as examples because I've been there since they were like little kids, but when they were little, like I would wrestle and play with them like regular, you know what I mean? And then as they started like maturing and stuff, I was just like, maybe they're not aware of it, but parts are touching. Yeah. Like I'm easing up, bro. Yeah. Like and it's nothing they did wrong. It's just that I personally don't ever want them to feel. I think kind of like, oh, you touched me, you bumped me wrong, kind of.
And it's funny, it's funny too because, like with, like Jay and Gianna, they're older than Demia. So then when they were going through their stages, Demia was still able to get like wrestled and thrown, and they were all like, what the fuck? Because they were the ones who were getting it because they were younger, and they were so used to it. So then when was happening, they were just like, what the heck? And then we sat down and told them like, this is why, like, you guys are growing, you guys are changing.
And they both were like,
but it doesn't matter.
I'm like, yes it do. What are you talking about? It doesn't matter.
But then that's the learning experience too, is like, it might not matter to you, but it matters to us because it's like, you also need to be aware. We know that Derek's not going to do nothing, but we don't want you wrestling with another grown man and then it turns into something else. You know what I mean?
Friend. Sometimes that's what it happens too. Is like, you be having a friend of some sort, and then, I ain't gonna say like shit was misread or whatever, but sometimes motherfucker try and cop the feel, shit. Yeah.
And so it's like, it's hard to do that and like, be crude. I'm not crude. Abrupt and be like, nope, we gotta stop this. So
here's what we're saying basically: keep your ass inside.
All of you,
all you women, all you young girls, stay inside. Yeah, stay home. Read a book.
And honestly, let's be realistic. Okay. If you do go out, you need to go out in pairs. Don't go out by yourself. Like, you just have to be safe with it, and that goes for guys too.
Hell yeah.
Like, we preach a lot for the girls, but the guys also, whether they want to admit it or not, the guys also can get molested and raped.
Or you could end up being one of them motherfuckers, the men in the river.
Yep.
That's been happening, bro. The disappearing man of Boston. That shit's been going on, and it's been faithfully every year or 2 years. Someone ends up.
It's like creepy too,
because it's always around winter time or when it's cold, right? So it's like
none of them,
MO lets them say like, oh, they was probably drunk, stumbling out the bar, hit the water, and hypothermia. Yeah, like what?
It's just be fucking safe, like seriously.
Yeah. But to go off of what you were saying, it's a better move overall to always have some sort of a person in your corner. You know what I mean? Even if they're just watching from the distance or whatever, or like, when I go out, I keep my eye on whoever's with me. You know what I mean? It's not even a matter of just the women, because I've had friends get their ass beat, and then come back and be like, yo, these motherfuckers jumped me, and we were like, who, but. It was more so like that kind of stuff showed me like, yo, this motherfucker could have not walked back here. He could have not came back. You know what I mean? And it's those things that like shape the way I move. You know what I mean? Like in public, When we're going from one spot to another, I'm quiet. I'm not joking. I'm not talking. Once we're there, we sit down. I'll joke all type of day, right? You know what I mean? But it's because I saw like all the time, like for me, when I was growing up, like in high school and stuff. The loud joking motherfuckers were the ones that people try to catch slipping. You know what I mean? Nah, bro. I'm watching and we're moving where we're going. But to piggyback off of what you were saying with the nudes and stuff, I know we're going back quite a little while, but personally, I don't think that's the message to send. I agree with the sentiment, though. I agree with that. You need to be able to know what your person, be it your child's doing, guy or girl. But I don't know, or I don't think that saying like they're gonna do it, so let them do it. Like, what are you gonna like? What do you mean? Like, do it safer? Like,
yeah, no.
What does that mean?
So, in the sense of, I'm not gonna take these pictures for you,
right.
Nor am I going to tell you to take them. I'm going to say I prefer you not do it, but if you do it, just make sure you're not like, hey, this is me.
Right,
you know
right,
what I mean?
So, like, more so, don't be.
Yeah,
able
you
to
just
be, like,
you
noticed.
just don't want to give other people, whether it be like, who knows, everything's online nowadays, right? So if you send it to this one person, whether it be guy or girl, that person can decide what they want to do with that, and you have no idea where it's going. Right. You cannot track that unless you go to like the FBI, and God knows that's not gonna happen. But it's like,
or even if you do go to the FBI, a lot of the times, like,
they're like, you did it, that's your fault.
What, didn't they start trying to press them for
kid porn? Yep.
And I'm like, damn. What?
Yeah, and it's like, if you're taking this picture and you're sending it to, for argument's sake, you're sending it to your boyfriend. Your boyfriend then is like, you think it's just for him. He's showing all his friends.
Right.
And
so
then
now it's got.
And
now,
then they're seeing it. So then who knows if he's sending it? Now it's all about that Snapchat thing, right?
Right.
So he might not be showing it. Before it was a show kind of thing. Now I feel like it's more of a send kind of thing. Like, hey, look at this. Look what she just sent me.
You don't know who downloaded or who saved it or whatever.
Who saved it? Who screenshotted it?
Yeah, like you said, like a lot of the times before, I remember like, when I wasn't as good as a guy as I am now, like dudes would like do certain things like that. Like we, say someone got a picture or whatever kind of like message or whatever, like they would show the homies, right? And we sometimes we wouldn't even need the clarification that it was who you said it was. You know what I mean? Like, you'd just be like, oh, this was such and such. Oh, I seen you dealing with her, talking to her before. Like that was how it was before. Whereas like nowadays, you gonna see like, oh, her room such and such, and then say someone go pull up Instagram and see like the same thing in the background. Yeah. Oh snap, that's her.
That's that's what's gonna happen. Small things, freckles, birthmarks, rings. Even the socks you're wearing. Like, people pay attention to that shit.
Were you caught in like a scandal or something in like high school?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
It's very detailed. I don't know.
I'm just saying, like, now it's because that's the FBI in me, because if I need to.
It's the FBI in you.
What are you doing?
I'm putting it on you now. It's been on me the whole time.
Why?
Because it's on me the whole time.
So
live your life. Why are you getting on nerves? You're on the camera there.
I don't like that. Too close. My chins and all that. Great job. I'm trying to get rid of them.
Carry on.
Anyways, but so yeah. So it's the whole purpose. I just want, especially having a daughter, I want her to be safe. I want to be, I think back, what would I want to be told what would I have wanted my mom to tell me? Right. And it's more so of, I don't want you doing this. I know you might do it. Here are the tools, or like, the ways that you could be safe if you decide to do it. I'd prefer you don't, because of this, this, and this. Yeah. But if you do, it's the same kind of thing with, I feel like, there has to be a level of parenting and, friendship. You're not friends. I'm your parent. But it's also, I want you to be comfortable telling me whatever. I'm not going to hate you. I'm not going to discipline you.
So it's not a matter of friendship. It's a matter of holding up a healthy relationship.
Yes. And it's like, people can say, oh, but you're her mom. You're not supposed to allow that. But it's like, I feel like, speaking for me, my mom, she has trauma and all this stuff from her childhood that leaked into my childhood. So the only way she knew how to deal with stuff was to lash out and be like, no, you can't do that, trying to scare me not to do it. Right. It just made me want to do it more, because it was like, you're getting so angry and I haven't even done it yet, so I might as well do it, because you're gonna be angry anyway. Oh, okay. So it wasn't like you're not scaring me out of it. I'm like, I'm getting in trouble because somebody else said it, so now I'm gonna do it. Fuck it. Oh, yeah, no. So I didn't have that mentality or anything like that. With like, because
Like, it was never like, oh, because I got yelled at or in trouble for it. You know what I mean? I was actually really big on learning from my brother's mistakes, bro. You know, I would get in trouble for their shit sometimes, but I know not to make that move that they did. A lot of the times with, you know.
Yeah, but I was the oldest, so I had to,
but
like
you said, though, because you got yelled at, it made you want to go do it.
Because I'm getting yelled at but that's what I'm saying is I don't want to put that on to Kaylee in a sense.
Right.
So instead, what do you want to do? What are you thinking that you want to do? You want to do weed? You want to do liquor? Why? Explain to me.
Did you just get like super white on this shit? Do you want to do weed? Did you just say that?
Yeah, I did.
You want to do weed?
Do you want to do the weeds?
You wanna smoke the cocaine?
What do you want to do? You want to do the drugs?
Huh? All of them?
But no, it's like, you know, if that's what you want to do, all right, come on, I'll give it to you.
You're high pitched. All right, come on. You gonna do it with her?
I guarantee you're gonna regret it.
You gonna?
I'm gonna embarrass the fuck out you.
You gonna burn out before me? I bet.
I'm a. No, come on, take another one. Let's go. Like, it's like you have
like
to.
A grotesque amount of it.
It's like small. It's probably all oregano. She's gonna be like, fuck, I don't know what to do.
I'm freaking out.
But it's like, you know, I would never say like give your kids drugs, but they're gonna get it from somebody. I'd rather be the one to get her a safe dose of something that she tries.
Yes.
Than her get it from, you know, Joe Schmo on the corner and it's laced with fentanyl.
I know Joe. Nah, his shit's clean.
Nah, you never know.
Yeah, his pure.
Joe's sick. He had the COVID, so his brother tapped in.
No. Joe's one man crew.
Nah.
Yeah, Joe Schmo. He's over there.
Nope.
Yeah, man, he's good.
He's on this corner.
That's not Joe. That's Steve.
All right. Well, Steve, Joe, they all look the same.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Oh. Okay. Mm-hmm. No. But yeah, I just don't know. I don't think that there's, you know how like they have like safe spaces for a lot of things. I don't think that there should be like.
It's true.
What?
No, Jenny said, I was just having this conversation with my sister. I'm with you. Having a daughter makes you responsible to talk to them about it and help them make good choices. And that's what it's about. It's not about, oh, let's do these drugs together, or let's, you know, I'll take your nudes for you. That's not what it's about. No. It's about, I know this generation is going to do it. Yeah. Or going to have a pressure to do it, right? Yeah. Like, you know, people are going to pressure you. This is what you can say to get out of it. You can always say, no, I'm not comfortable, and be done with it.
This is not my thing. They don't got to explain it to nobody.
But if that's something that maybe some people are like that. Maybe some people are like, fuck it, I'll do it. Yeah. You know, some people are just like that. Like, who cares? But be safe with it. You just have to be safe with your choices. And it sucks to have to say that. But it's like, your kids are going to do this. Let's be honest. They're going to. Right. And if they don't send nudes and they're not into drugs, they're not into alcohol, great. That's awesome. But something, there's
find
always...
their vice. Find
exactly. There's always going to be something that they want to try.
I'm not into drugs. I don't drink.
Yeah.
I was like, you're fighting in a fucking fight club,
aren't you? What are you doing?
You're in a fight club.
But it's like, it's this world now, I feel like is scarier because, right, like you were saying on a few podcasts before, is like kids don't get away from kids.
Yeah, they don't get the time off.
They don't get the time off anymore. Before, you would go to school, if you were getting bullied or whatever, you come home, you're good. You go play outside, you go do your homework, whatever, you're hanging with your friends. But now you got Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram, all text messages. You got all of these different ways of reaching each other 24/7. And I think that's also for the adults now too. What? You know, like, you know, we know that if I wanted to right now, I could pick up the phone and call my mom, call your mom, call whoever right now. Right. Before, we couldn't do that. So it was normal for you to live your life and me to live my life. Yeah. And I come, you know, we interact when we had the time. Right. Now it's like, you haven't called me in 12 hours. You haven't texted me. You didn't do this. You didn't send me pictures. It's like, you need to know my every move all the time. And that is not good. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'm gonna just shut the fuck up though. Anyways, yeah, I just don't know like the way to think about like the nudes thing, like, you know, because we have a daughter, so I mean, like, on my end, I'm like, I ain't ever gonna tell you to send no nothing to nobody, bro, and you better not be on nobody's picture or video doing nothing either. You know what I mean? Like, on their phone. But I do think it's healthy to have the conversation and be honest about, like, you know, her feelings and, like, you know, when she's older, if she's liking a certain person and things like that. Mm-hmm. Like, that's the shit I want to know so I can know she's safe. And I'll tell her, and I'll say it to her all the time, it's like, I don't need to be the one to bring you where you're going. Mm-hmm. I just need someone to know where you are.
The truth.
Like where you really are.
Yeah.
My thing is I don't want you up under nobody. You know, kind of deal. Like, she's obviously gonna be raised to carry herself like a certain way and whatnot. But I don't want her to feel like she's going to be judged. I want her to know that you are held to a certain standard, the way that I want you to carry yourself and respect yourself. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And this is gonna be like the basis level of like how people or women should be treated, how what you should look for in the guy, things like that. Like, you know what I mean? Or not even just the guy, because you don't know how she goes. She might end up fucking someone's daughter. I don't know. Yeah. But
it's also just in general how you should be treated as an individual.
Right. But no, how you should be treated as my child. Fuck the individual part. I want you to be treated the greatest, to the highest standard, the utmost. If you're not getting that, dad's coming. That's what I'm saying. Like that's how I want it to be.
Yes.
Like I want her to be the snooty little girl.
And it starts at home.
Right.
And that's what we've been doing, right? Like even small shit. It sounds stupid to other people or even to you, but that's why I'm always like, randomly we buy her flowers just because. Mm-hmm. Why? Because you might not like that. She might not even like flowers when she gets older.
No,
But right now she's like, oh my god, I got flowers.
Yeah,
and we just put
flowers. I wouldn't buy them for you.
And we just put them on the table. But when we first started dating, you bought me flowers.
Of course, we first
started
dating.
I'm like,
man, fuck that shit.
Now I'm like,
money for no reason.
But no, now I'm literally like, you could have bought me a meal. Like, why you buy me flowers? You could have bought me some sushi. You could have bought me chocolate.
Kaylee will get flowers like all the time.
But we randomly if I go to a market basket or something, I'm food shopping. We'll just grab her flowers and we bring them to we put them all on the table. Let her out.
She always wants me to get her watermelon. I do it, but
she loves watermelon.
She'd rather have the watermelon, but
he said my daughter never hold my hand again after I bought her a phone. Take the phone until she holds your hand. Dow.
Yeah, you take that phone.
Take that phone away from her until she holds your hand, sir.
You take that phone and just
look at it.
You
deserve better.
Just look at it. Don't even open it. Just look at it. And then she'll be like, Dad. And then you guys play something. Play like a tabletop game. Like Monopoly or something. Uno.
No.
That's another thing I think people should get back to. It's like the tabletop stuff.
Yeah.
Because it makes you have to be around each other and like you're interacting, you know what I mean?
Yeah. We actually just bought Kaylee this bingo words game.
Yeah.
She's super competitive, that one.
She'll stand over it.
She's like, mine.
So the way
she doesn't even need it.
There's like a sliding
yeah, we read the chat.
Sliding device. So it'll show these like two little chips that have like image, be it like a ball, a dog, a kite, or like whatever. Random, and you'll have your bingo card and you have to like grab it to get the line like in bingo. We fill it up.
Yeah, we play the whole card.
So Kaylee, she'll be the one pulling, like sliding it so the chips will come out, and she'll hover. And when she hovers, she kind of creates like a little bubble around where you have to grab. And then if she sees you react, she two hands your one hand and just starts screaming on the top of her lungs. And you just trying to fight for the damn piece. So I mean, it's fun. So funny. It's fun to see that part of her too.
Because we're trying to find creative ways for her to like want to learn, and she loves playing these games. Like we'll play Trouble. We played this like fishing game that she does.
Trouble's the thing.
Pop, yeah.
Yo, man, she's so.
She also played Uno and she beat us.
I think she has the kid luck.
She must.
It's like some bullshit because I'm one piece away and I still lose. I'll be one piece, one card, one piece, like going around and shit.
Like we've played Skipple with her. Like she likes playing the games, and she's starting to do better with her attention and like wanting to sit down and play. Mm-hmm. And so with this new bingo game, we're like, these are good because she has to match the words. She's matching pictures,
So when she was younger, she definitely was like heavier oriented on like screens, like technology. But I realized like once she starts to see someone sit down and do something, she wants to go and do that. So I'm like, she's definitely like tactile. Like she wants to have hands
feel
on.
And touch. Yeah.
She loves like painting and all that kind of stuff. So like that's the kind of stuff that we want to like really focus on with her.
Yeah. So when people ask us like what we want for like Christmas or her birthday or whatever, we're like, anything that she can make. Science experiments. She loves that stuff. Painting.
This podcast just turned about us talking about her.
I know. But she's awesome. But we can bring it back.
Yeah. We have anything you want to talk about like what, like any article or something? Because I got like two more things. A couple things.
You can go. I had something, but I forgot what it was, and I tried to look for it, and I couldn't find it.
So we'll go with the Zoltan talking to LeBron.
Oh, yeah.
We'll go with that one. So, I mean, I don't know if you guys know who he is. Zoltan, I forgot his last name, but he's a big soccer star. And I don't know if he's a big one, but he's a known one. He's like known. And he had gone on like Disney Plus in wherever he's from or wherever he plays now. Like it was broadcast there, and obviously it made its way on like ESPN and like big like outlets, right? But he went on there and said like, you know, again, kind of like what that news anchor told LeBron before. That lady told him to shut up and dribble. He kind of said like, you know, athletes or whatever shouldn't be using their platforms for political stuff and whatnot. Yeah. They should just stick to what they know and what they're good at. Well, you know, I don't know where he's from or whatever, but like the way like it should be in the world is like when you do have like a grounds to stand on, or you have a means to reach multiple, like, you know, groups and kind of like cross paths with like people who might not cross paths with people that look like you or who are like you. You gotta take that shot, you know what I mean? Every time, you know, you gotta like point out, and what LeBron's doing is pointing out like injustices and things that shouldn't be happening to people, regardless of race and all that kind of stuff. People shouldn't have to face that kind of stuff and deal with that stuff. So for someone like that to say it, it kind of feels somewhat like it seems almost like racially driven, or he's coming from a place that like you can. I don't think you can call him it being like a sports purist, because like, you know, look at all our sports, baseball, like, or American sports at least. Like in baseball, they had the Negro Leagues for how long before they even integrated black people into playing for the MLB. I want to say the first team that, Brianna, do you remember what was the first team in basketball that let a black player play? I want to say it was the Celtics, and the Red Sox were the last one to let a black player play on the baseball team. I want to say the Celtics were the first. I could be wrong.
Sports team?
First basketball team that allowed a black player to play. I think it was the Celtics, but I could be wrong.
First basketball team to let.
But anyways, I feel like those kind of like comments and stuff are unwarranted and unnecessary, because even if you can't, even if you
Celtics, Earl Lloyd.
Even if you wouldn't say it yourself, you gotta have compassion or whatever and see where he's coming from. Like, there's no way you can look at what he's saying and be like...
It said, 21-year-old Earl Lloyd becomes the first African-American to play in an NBA game when he takes the court in the season opener for the Washington Capitals.
The Capitals? That was basketball? Oh, I don't remember them being the Capitals. That was like a long time ago, huh?
1950.
Okay. No, I just didn't know who the first team was. But I feel like the Red Sox were the last one to let a black player.
1950 was when the NBA allowed black players.
Okay. But, you know, I just don't know how you don't sympathize, empathize, and feel all that with the words that he's saying. Because I don't feel like anything he's saying was destructive or negative. I mean, it might not align with your political views, but could you at least, you know, maybe take your head out of your own ass or remove your feelings from it and let someone speak their story? Can you do that and like listen? You know,
but it's you know, it's more so because it doesn't apply to him,
or it doesn't affect them. Because either way, because you felt, and the thing is, like, it doesn't affect you, but you still felt the need to try and shut someone up or down for no reason. Like, you know, just as much as it doesn't affect you, then just keep scrolling.
Exactly.
Or just, you know what I mean? But you have the right to your opinion, even if it's wrong. You know, or even if I don't agree with it. You know, I just gave my 2 cents on the situation. I don't think any more or less of the man. I don't really know him, you know, so I can't really base anything off of it. I just feel like what he said was a poor, that was just a poor outlook on it. You know what I mean? Because like, it's like you have these platforms and stuff. You should want to always spread positivity. I don't know where he's from. I'm assuming he would want, you know, wherever he's from to be as close and tight knit and together as a people as they can be.
Yeah, I had something and I was trying to look for it. I thought I screenshot it, but I can't find it. So.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. What? Yeah. What do you think about that?
I mean, I feel like people commenting on like other people's positivity is stupid. Like, in a sense of, you know, what might not, you know, this whole Black Lives Matter movement or social injustice, all that stuff, it might not be affecting you personally, or it might not apply to you, or however you want to feel. But there are a lot of people that it might apply to. And it's not just the whole Black Lives Matter or social injustice movement. It's, you know, if a athlete, an actress, any celebrity feels that they're using their platform to speak on something is because it obviously means something to them.
Right.
So whether you feel like it's unimportant or irrelevant, that's not your place to stand.
Yeah, it's sometimes it's better to just shut the fuck up. Just let it be what it is.
He said Jimmy Lin said NBA is racist.
Oh, Jeremy Lin.
Jeremy Lin, yeah.
Yeah, he did. I guess he would. Now, guys, again,
we talked about this a little bit last time.
No, Jeremy Lin's thing was new.
No, this didn't start for the Asian thing, or is it a whole different thing?
This thing, this is different. This is what this just came to light with his situation, which I get it. I understand like the hurt of being like called out of your name and whatnot and things like that. Because I guess like players were calling him coronavirus and stuff while he was on the court. I personally I wouldn't say that or whatever to somebody, unless I'm like cool with them and like we joke certain ways. But even then, like I would make sure they know that I'm just messing around, But like for it to be like a new place that he's at and it's his place of business, like he works there and that's what he's an athlete. He works at whatever team he's at, whatever facility he has to go to and all that kind of stuff. So for it to be at that setting that it happened, yeah, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
I do not like I get it, right? But you got to remember, like at least for me, I can't speak for everybody. Like as much as I go to bat for everybody and equality and things like that, it's hard for me to like see like when certain people only speak out when it only affects them.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like I know like certain people like I know close to me had never even like reached out to see like how other people's struggles and things are, but the second it's something that impacted them, they want you to care.
Yeah. And
it's like, yo, I care for you and whatnot, but at the same time, like I'm gonna care from a distance.
It's not reciprocated though,
right? Because why would I? And you could disagree with me or whatever. I really don't give a fuck. But for me, it's like just knowing, even it's taught in our history books, knowing where this country has come from with a certain group, and it has never done right or tried to fix it with this group, right? We're talking the white slave owners got reparations. We're talking after the whole was it Great Expansion and shit. They ended up. Well, I'm not saying they gave enough, but they did give some sort of a reparations or whatever to the natives of the land.
Yeah.
The Asian Americans or Japanese Americans and whatnot after the bombing of Hiroshima and all that stuff and the concentration or the camps they were doing and whatnot. Not concentration camps, but the what are they called? POW camps.
Oh yeah.
After Pearl Harbor and shit, they all got reparations. They all got some sort of a monetary reparation or land or benefit through bills of like helping get housing and things like that. Where have we ever seen that happen for the black community or anything?
And we're still like dealing with the whole like the same shit that happened years ago.
Right. And don't get me wrong, I'm not pinning this on anybody. I'm pinning it on the federal government.
As a whole, yeah.
Right. Just like, you've written things in the law and whatnot. Now, if you want to go to at a personal level and I'm talking to the human being, of course I'm going to listen to your story and try to understand what's going on, right? But my thing is, right, like stop fronting and faking the shit for like social media and wanting the poor me kind of deal, right? When I talk about this shit, it's only in conversations. I never just bring it up when we're just hanging, right? You know what I mean? Like, that's not the place for that. There's always a place for the conversation if it comes about, but I'm not championing it, like throwing it down people's throat and shit. You know what I mean? So with like the Asian American and like the Asians going through what they're going through, of course I feel for you. I feel for you. My thing is like when
we needed that when black people needed the support, nobody, y'all weren't there.
Huh?
I said we.
You said we heavy as fuck, mad confident
like when
too.
we
yo, I mean your boy be talking, bro, cause I had you in there. You was like, yeah, we.
But no, it's true.
Yeah, listen. Any kind of a form of like, you feel like you face some sort of a racism or whatever. That's fucked up. It's wrong. I feel for Jeremy Lin, and I get you. I understand. And I personally, I'm staying away from certain things I want to say because I know I'm dealing with like some of my own experiences in life with Asian people.
You're not. I think we're not saying that Asian people can't be the recipient. the recipient of racism.
Of course not.
We're not saying white people can't be the recipient of racism. We're not saying Spanish people or, whoever. We're not.
Excuse me? Not everybody identifies as Spanish, so.
The Hispanics. The Latinos.
Thanks.
The Latinos. We're not saying, anybody. We're not saying that only black people are the recipient of racism. What we're saying is it is at such a discrepancy. Like, there's a huge discrepancy between the racism that black people experience and the racism that everyone else experiences. And it's across the board that, black people were always looked down upon. Black people were always made to believe that they weren't good enough, that, they were less than, that they were half this and half that, whatever it might be. That's what we as a community were taught that from the beginning. And it started before slavery. It got worse. I'm sure, slavery didn't just happen. People were thinking this way, and that's why slavery happened.
I think it was more like a 1-2 punch, to be honest. I think the initial concept started or happened because they needed to figure out who's gonna do it.
Yeah.
So, and to be honest, I say it all the time. There's slavery in the world. We know this, right? But the only difference is the way that it happened in America is strictly based off of race. Where everywhere else, it's people owned slaves, but it was because my group or whatever conquered your group,
Exactly, yeah.
and you became part of our group. Sometimes, the men would have to work certain ways, but you'd still eat and be part of the community.
Yeah.
Right? So obviously, you have people who got exiled, people who died, things like that. That's it just happens, right? But to see it at the level we saw it and how it's gone and it's going with it being strictly about because of the color of your skin, that didn't happen anywhere else in the world. So of course, again, America is the fucking weird oddball
to anyone else.
But to be real, how many times, and I forgot, was it Sarah we were talking to? About how, America is so fucking, far with its head up its own ass, that it's we are the only ones who measure, well, not only, but, Fahrenheit. Everyone else uses Celsius.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What's the two things? Metric and, I don't even know what the other goddamn thing is.
So, we have a few chat things.
Go ahead.
Should people be shot for jaywalking? No.
Shot for jaywalking? What the hell? I don't think shot. Maybe tackled.
And slavery is bad no matter if it is of race or just so. Yes, I think it was worse because it was of race.
No. Slavery is bad because... Right. I get it. You shouldn't capture or enslave anybody, right? But if it does happen, and it does happen around the world, right? Even to this day, you probably still see it in, certain areas. But the thing is, when slavery is based off of skin, like you were about to say... It's a whole nother game now.
I don't agree. I do watch people, and people, we always the same when I was little. You didn't get somebody else's house. We looked at them as nothing. Don't know.
What part?
I'm assuming, the racism part of it. I think. I don't know. Maybe elaborate. I feel like she's using the text to talk, so it didn't really make any sense.
Oh, who was that?
Auntie Linda.
Oh.
Miles, Fahrenheit, feet, inch. What dumb units?
But no, that's what I'm saying. Who said that?
It's YouTube.
Oh, but no, that's what I'm saying. It's America
is no, you guys are dumb because you're using.
Us who live here, we're in the fucking bubble, and we're everybody else uses such weird fucking things.
Yeah,
but
Celsius.
It's we don't even look at it. It's wait.
It's fucking
the rest of the world uses those measurements.
It's -7 out there. It's 30 degrees.
So to be real, sometimes we're the pricks, but we're the dickheads. Because why do we think everybody we're Fahrenheit and we're so just so?
But our society has taught us that we are better than.
No, is that we? Well, yeah. So because we always. Damn, what do they call us? The world power or whatever. They say that shit out here. You want chapstick?
Yeah, please.
And in America, I think it's and I can't speak for every other country. I've never been nowhere else, but do they think about the rest of the world? You know what I mean? Think about the togetherness of, because whenever we talk about anywhere else, we throw Europe in as one fucking lump, and it's no, that's many countries, and we just say Europe.
Measuring in centimeters, meters, etc. is so much easier.
Listen, man. Listen, I don't want to argue, all right? Don't be coming over here talking shit now, okay? Yeah, you know, I just think that it's our job to do, like, to realize what we're the ones doing the different thing. You know what I mean? I'm not saying we got to conform to nothing else to try and turn nobody nowhere. Just know, our head's kind of up our ass. We're a little pompous, you know what I mean?
Yep. I'm like, I don't know if I could use Celsius.
Oh, hell no, man. I barely got Fahrenheit down. I just put the thermometer in.
What's it say?
Hot.
Yeah. We both were born and raised in the U.S.
Yep.
Where are you from?
Oh, that's interesting. Mm-hmm. Oh, please say something like this, Ireland or Scottish.
Oh my God, that'd be hilarious.
Or you British or you Scottish? Nah, fucking don't care. I'll say what I want.
Yeah. We are better than before. The kids are better than us.
Well, we always want to see progress. You know what I mean? What I will say is that we're not, like, the kids are not better. We're going backwards. Oh, well, how do they say that? I ain't gonna say nothing.
Yeah, I was like,
what
don't
if I say it wrong, my guy, or whatever? I don't want to, like, offend you, even though the name is With All Disrespect. I ain't trying to offend you.
I feel like,
how do you say hello or good morning, my friend?
In German.
Yeah. Type it. I want to see what it look like.
I feel like, we want to be better and we want to teach our kids better, but with going back to this whole technology thing, is kids get to say and do whatever they want on the internet.
Yeah,
they get to be whoever they want on the internet. So there's tons of but I'm saying there's tons of fake profiles and, like, I don't need a profile and I can say whatever. Yeah. Yep. Have fun with that, sir.
I'm trying to say it.
Yep.
Is he over? Don't be swearing, man. You got me saying some wild shit. Oh, Guten Morgen. I do know that. Guten Morgen. Is it mean? Do you say mean? Like, how would you pronounce the M-E-I-N? Guten Morgen. I did know that. You saw Guten and was like, yeah, I don't got that. Yeah, so I don't know how long we've been live. We're gonna keep running a little bit. We got a couple more things we want to talk about.
Got it?
You good there?
I can read it, yeah.
Yeah, okay. No, we're good. I wouldn't even worry about it. We'll do a little bit more.
Over an hour.
Okay, we'll do a little more.
But yeah, so like I was saying, you pronounce it like mine.
Guten Morgen, mein friend.
Friend.
Yeah.
Friend? I don't know. But so...
You tried to be like the German cartoon they be putting on TV and shit.
So we want to be better, but then it goes into, kids can do and say and be whoever they want. Not just kids, adults too. And I feel like adults are doing it more often, but...
When you're done, I gotta go. I'm just gonna make you say, oh shit.
So, yes, so we want the kids to be better than us, but the whole technology aspect of it, I feel like it's more dangerous on both aspects of it, right? Like, it's more dangerous for the people who want to use all these racial slurs and, call you whatever it might be. And then it also, you got this other end of the spectrum where it's like, that was racist. I'm calling you out on it. Yeah, saying what I need to say.
Cancel culture, outrage culture.
So it's like, we got to find the happy medium where it's like, that was not okay for you to say.
So what do you consider, like, the range for kid?
I think kids are hot and cold. I think they're...
What do you mean age-wise?
Oh, kids I think are anyone under 16. I feel like between 16 and 18 you have enough information that you can start making your own decisions. Right. 16 and under, we're still learning.
Wait 1 second, guys.
Yes, babe.
When it's school's birthday, we should sing the doggy happy birthday.
She just came and hit
like
the dog's birthday.
Listen, you can teach us after, okay? We're almost done.
Alrighty. Thank you for the intermission. So she said 16 and under is the mind of a kid or a child, which I could agree with. 16 to 18, you kind of figuring shit out. You kind of should know right and wrong, right?
Yeah.
Let me get you this one. To say that the younger are going to be better than us. Well, how do you say that when it's kids having kids?
True.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like not only are kids young having a child, then when they're older, they're still trying to go figure out party life or whatever. And then the kid grows up in those ripe ages of, like, from 8 to 12. They grow up in that party mentality. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then you start seeing the little kids running around yelling the N-word and all kind of talking shit. One other thing I was gonna say is that the problem is, right, like, so even if we wanted to bring political views in or whatever, you still got to remember that there will always be the influence of the older generation, right?
Yeah.
That'll always
That's
come
what I
in.
was gonna
The job of the younger generation, which would have been our parents, us, and then our, going on, is that the job was to eliminate it little by little or as much as you can. It's gonna be hard because it's gonna be rooted in somewhat the foundation or DNA of your family.
But that shit bothers me.
What?
Because
you're
it's like
a product of it. You didn't even realize.
No, I know, but I'm saying, okay, and this is why I say the whole aspect of education.
Right.
If the schools aren't going to do it, then
well, your home should be the one doing it.
But if you have a home that is generation after generation, this is how we believe, this is what we do, this is what it is. There's no steering from that, right? So your only out is at school. That's when you start thinking and, changing. And so when you go to school and somebody says, oh, for example, you go to school, as simple as this. You go to school and somebody's like, oh, we're not wearing black tomorrow. You're not wearing black tomorrow.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
People, that's how it is. It's as simple as, it was wiggly. Oh. But, so it's like, all it takes is one person to say something that can influence your path.
I got you.
So if all you know... And I speak for me. All I knew, I grew up in the inner city, right? Don't do that.
No, I was doing this to the word inner city, jackass. Not that you grew up
there.
So, I know you
grew up there. So, and then, so when I was growing up, I was around a majority of black people, a majority of Spanish people. That's
Are you about to say you have black friends?
I got black friends.
I'm not racist. I have black friends. Okay.
But anyways, so
what? What?
I have a black roommate.
Damn, that felt like a downgrade. That kind of hurt a little bit. What the fuck?
All right,
must be a joke. That one stung a little for some reason.
All right, no. So growing up, in songs, in speech, I would say the N-word, and I would just, it was a casual thing, like I knew nothing about the word other than all my friends use it, and when I use it, nobody says nothing. It was fine. Call me naive, but I had no idea.
I was ignorant. You just didn't know.
I was never taught, right? So then, me and Derek started getting together, and I would be singing songs, and drop the N-bomb. He was like, "Oh hell no, we don't do that. You don't do that.
You don't do that.
We're not doing that." So I was like, "Wait, what? Why?" And then he was like, first of all, just don't say it. But this is why you don't say it. It wasn't like because I told you not to say it. It was like, you don't say this because this is where the word derives from. This is what it means. And I was like, oh, nobody said nothing.
You got you looking back at all your family
like,
who was around when you said it. Yo, something wrong with y'all.
So ain't nobody say. So, and then I was like, now I'm like, I wouldn't say it out of respect for... black people in general. Like, I don't want you to think that that's how I think of you or anybody.
Right.
So it's like, for me, if I was to say it, it would be more as like a friendship kind of thing of, like a term of endearment almost. But coming from a white person, it is not that. So I will not use that word. I do not use that word. But I'm not going to lie, I used to. But I think, that's what it starts with education. You have to educate people. And, like, my mom never corrected me. My mom used that word. She probably still uses that word. I don't know.
She better not.
I don't think she does now.
Oh, I'm just saying. Out of,
I don't
out
think
of
she
respect
does now.
after having, been such, having people around.
Engaged, yeah. And I think, but that's the other thing, too. Like, her mom never taught her that. So that wasn't a thing. That wasn't a thing to be like.
Could you see your grandmother saying it?
Yeah.
You could?
Oh, yeah. Christian woman, that one. Hope she's doing good. But
that makes me want to laugh. Like, because she was always so.
I feel like if she ever did say it, it slipped out in some way.
How the fuck did this slip out?
Like, no, like, she wasn't like, oh, I'm going to say this. I think it was more of like a conversation, and she said it and was like, oh, I probably shouldn't have said that. God created me or whatever.
I don't understand how does it slip out, though. How does that word ever slip out?
I'm saying I don't think it was like a normal thing for her. It was like an occasional, maybe like a
talking to like the good old.
I don't know who. I feel like there's no way that she did not say it.
Oh, like never, maybe not. But I just can't see it. Like she was. I don't say she seemed shy, but she just. she would
I've
say what she
never
wanted to say,
heard-
and then that's the
I
end of the
heard her-
conversation.
the one time I've ever heard her say a swear was hell, and she freaks out. Like, I thought she was gonna start eating some soap.
Start
Like,
crying
it
and
was
shit.
bad.
Ugh.
And I was like,
Bro, yo, I'm trying to think that I might have made that up. Nah, that happened. I got in trouble one time. I forgot what. And my mom always would joke about making us wash our mouth out with soap.
no, that was a thing.
Yeah, I feel like I had to wash my mouth out with soap one time.
He said Germany already got their 180 done. America is still working on that. In Germany, there is a candy. It's called Schokoküsse. It means chocolate kisses. Back then, it was called different. You may guess now. Oh yeah, the we talked about this, right?
Is it the Hershey Kiss kind of deal? And
I
they had
think,
a little
yeah,
niggly wiggly.
That thing. I'm not saying that. Should I?
That was the little wick thing that's in it. That's what
Yeah.
they called that. The niggly wiggly or some shit like that. Bro, now I want to order candy from.
I know.
But we have content for the YouTube channel. Make sure you follow us on there. It's the With All Disrespect podcast.
No, that's what they
It's
used
a
to
whole
be
noth-
called.
They used to call it.
Thank
what?
you, though. The last word.
Yeah, right.
Tell the people.
No.
Tell the people.
No.
Tell the people.
Does that say
what it's
that
called.
says Nager though? It says Nager.
Yeah.
Nager cuss is what it was called.
Neger.
Mm-hmm. Too close. That was too close.
Yeah. See?
Don't do
See?
it. Too close.
See?
Tell the people, see, not me. I know, motherfucker.
See?
So
It's a fickle line.
like
there.
I said, make sure to check us out on all platforms. On Instagram and whatnot. Instagram is With All Disrespect Podcast. Make sure to check us out on YouTube. We do unboxings for like Snack Crate. We do.
he said that is the German word for it.
and
That's the
E.
German word for.
Oh. Is that it? Now listen. I want you to be honest. Is that word thrown around regularly, or was it like? Is it in like regular conversation?
It's because it's called chocolate kiss.
Right. But I wonder, like, cause like now, like, you know, nowadays it's just thrown around in regular conversation. That's crazy. But you gotta.
But this is the stuff that I like, right? Is like learning things like that. Like, you know, we knew about the Hershey Kiss paper thing.
Yeah.
That thing.
Yeah. I'm not saying it again.
Don't
so
say
relax.
it again.
Stop,
I don't even
stop
like
smiling.
I
like,
don't like when you, so listen, Derek likes it, and he's been doing better
What? With the N word?
with the N-word.
Yeah.
He likes to use the N-word, and he uses it so frequent sometimes. I'm like, it's literally like, dude, or like, you know how people add the like in there for like.
Yeah, I have, but I mean, like,
effect?
it's come out of my
or his ums, like that's.
It's come
his
out of my vocabulary quite a bit. There's still times when like someone does something like so stupid or whatever, and I'll be like, motherfucker. Like, instead of saying motherfucker, I say that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I think for us, it's, you know, for me anyways, I'm not gonna tell him he cannot say it.
I just think I shouldn't.
What I asked was not to say it as much here around her, because we don't want her to be like, my dad says it all the time, I can say it.
Right. I also don't want her to be uncomfortable
Technically.
around the word. I want her to be like have a educated emotion or feeling towards it.
He said, I think it's a he, but they said, I heard it when I was in kindergarten, but I learned in kindergarten you better say shokokuse, not the other.
So she's over here assuming your gender. I apologize.
I did assume your gender.
We do
I
appreciate
don't know
you
why.
coming in.
I
That's
automatically
pretty
go
dope.
to he's. I don't know why.
Well, you can say they.
I know, but it sounds less personal, I think. I don't know why.
Why? Well, why do you have to put a gender to it though?
I don't know. I should have just said their name, right?
Yeah.
What is your name?
No, weird. Don't do that. Leave it alone.
Why is that weird?
You have their username. That's what they go by.
I am a he. See.
But that's what they go by. You run them the username. You don't ask them their personal name. Oh yeah, so you just be like, you know, pro gamer, and then say whatever. But anyways, yeah, I mean, like, I came from an area where, like, you know, you just kind of said it like, you know, to friends and whatnot, and it wasn't nothing, right? It wasn't until I, you know, met a good friend of mine who himself he doesn't use it, so I stopped using it around him. And now, obviously, like, I didn't want to use it around my daughter because, you know, I don't want it to be a thing that, you know, becomes like a clasp or a chain or whatever to her. You know what I mean? Because the word does have like a lot of hurt to it. You know what I mean?
But we also need to educate her that you don't say this word because of this.
Yes.
You know, the history behind it, because if she hears somebody else saying it, I would hope that she's like, nope, we don't use that.
No.
You know what I mean?
And just for the record, the only reason I didn't have her on this video is because she looks like a little gremlin, bro.
Yeah, she's ready for a bath after this. She's living her best
No,
life.
I meant literally. She looks like a gremlin.
What?
I'm dissing your half of our child.
That's not my half, though.
That's your my half is gold as fuck. It's pretty as shit.
You better watch your mouth. Don't make me call your mom.
What's that gonna do, bro?
She's gonna
Cuss you out again? Gonna cuss your ass out again?
Gonna take you to the bathroom.
Yeah. What else were we talking? Oh, I was just wondering how we even got onto that like topic, but someone had said something, right?
He said in Germany you say I don't even feel comfortable saying that.
What?
It's N word with an A, but instead of the N you put a D.
Yeah, and does that have the same connotation?
Digga.
Yeah.
He said you say to your friends it has nothing to do with the N word, but yeah, it just came through my mind.
Okay. Oh yeah. No, I was gonna ask. Like, does it have anything to do with the N word? Because or a lot of languages, the word for black is negro, right? Or like some sort of a derivative of that. Yeah. Or you also have like noir and things like that in French. Is she calling you?
You calling me? Oh, I think so.
She's wrestling with your dog.
He probably pooped or something.
Oh my god. Yeah. So I know, like, you know, it's a lot of the language or spelling of it has to do with like somewhat of that same like root word. The thing is, like, I don't know why. Well, I mean, we know the history of like why it went how it did. It's just like for it to have gone across the whole world the way it did, like that word was the ugly word to describe black people, and that went worldwide. What? Like how? How the hell? Well, he's playing with that.
He got up on his cage and grabbed his leash.
Oh, yeah. But there was another thing I wanted to talk about. I forgot what the hell it was. Oh, the passing of the stimulus or the bill that they just tried to pass. That they passed. It was like $1.2 trillion or something like that. Or 2.1. The new thing.
I didn't see it.
So it passed last night.
Because they were
voting on it last night. So it passed. Personally, it's just like I think at this point it's like you keep giving away the free money in a sense that it's gonna like it has to have repercussions, right? Like there has to be a bounce back or a kickback, and I understand like they're trying to get the money back through tax time, but it's like at what point do we just like figure things out and try and like let life get back to as close to normal as we can? I understand doing it the safe way, but I just don't at this point it's starting to feel like they're holding us back and hindering us while these big corporations are able to remain open and make their regular money, if not more.
Trillion.
And then also the way that they're doing school. I just recently found this out. So you know how they do like the hybrid learning?
Oh yeah.
When the kids like either they're like half are at home, half are in school, or however they do it. The teacher when they're in school doesn't even go anywhere near them. The teacher doesn't go and make sure like I was thinking like because it's hybrid learning, the teacher will give the kids whatever work they gotta do, and then the teacher will check and see like who needs help, who's struggling or whatever. No, the teacher's sitting at her or their desk, and the kids are on their laptops still, and the teacher's teaching from the laptop. So it's like what the fuck is the point of them even being in the building?
Which is
for that.
So I think now what they're trying to do is make it more of like, so everybody's gonna have their desks,
right?
And everyone's gonna have everything at their desk, pencils, crayons, like whatever you need for your school day is going to be there. Then if you need, I think they're gonna not do any computers. She's gonna teach on the board. If a kid needs help, she then changes. I say she, but the teacher changes their mask and then goes to a child. Anytime she goes to a different child, they're supposed to be changing masks.
That's gonna eventually be a very high cost.
Yes, which
so it just doesn't make sense for them to be
because
you know what it is. All the infrastructure that's already been thrown in education in schools, like the buildings themselves. Because remember now, like a lot of those, like at least for private schools and whatnot that are funded by whatever groups, those people make money per student and things, right? They get like a stipend per kid. So
Hey, Manny.
so wouldn't it like it's almost like that we're needing to start to see, or we're starting to see that we need to usher away from the building. Like, don't even for like certain businesses and jobs. If the pandemic showed you anything, is that these motherfuckers can get their work done from home, and you don't have to rent out or own a spot no more.
I think the thing that concerns me with the teacher thing is teachers already supply most of the stuff, if not all of the stuff.
Well, if they're learning online now, you could go.
But I'm saying, so if they decide to go back in person full time or even hybrid, that's still all these students are going to need all this stuff. And so if this teacher needs to change her mask however many times, then
the school should be, or the state should be providing.
Going to be providing?
It should be state or federal.
Providing, like, how do you provide? I'm going to give you $1 a month. You know what I mean? Like, how many come in a box? 100. One kid, I think 100. Some are 50. And the
disposable ones. Yeah, you just do it every 3 months. You just make sure that they have enough.
Or do you literally have
on stock? Yeah.
Do you literally have a container that each kid you have a mask for, and you just rewash them at the end of the day?
No, I can see that becoming a problem. I think disposable is the way to go. What I think, or what I would say is, like, I think the school would have to keep like an abundance in a certain area, and the teachers just go and re-up when they need another box or however many. Because then again, the students are going to have masks too. So, but the kids, they just keep their masks, right?
They're just thinking, I
don't feel like
I'm just thinking for the younger kids.
I just don't think that it works that way.
The kids with special needs, they need that one-on-one. They need that one-on-one pretty frequently.
Right.
So you want this teacher to remove her mask every 2 seconds that she needs to go help this kiddo?
Listen, I personally don't agree with the whole.
Realistically, it's not possible.
I don't agree with the whole point of why are they even going into the school, risking the spread of it then.
Because they're going into schools because the parents are starting to have to go back to work in person.
Right.
So they don't have anybody to be at the house with them.
No, I understand it. I'm just saying, like, I don't like, for the reasoning that the way they're doing it. Like, I don't think that's the reason why they're doing it. I think the reason is to get the kids back into the school so they can fill the building up, because they still got to pay for the whatever off the building. And
they probably want those computers back too.
But I was thinking, like, when the kids go in person, that it would be the teacher being more hands-on to make sure that they grasp whatever they were talking about that week.
And a lot of kids don't do well.
So it's just odd to me.
Your English is good. We're able to understand it.
Yeah, you're fine.
So he said English is a German language, and Negro comes from Latin.
Right.
Many German words come from Latin, and many Latin words are also found in French, Spanish, Italian, etc. That's why it's spread so fast.
Right. No, but I'm saying, like, how did the definition, or like that iteration of the word, like the way that America used it with the hard ER at the end, how did that spread the way it did? You know what I mean? Like that's why I was saying, like, it just baffles me that the definition that they wanted it to become and use didn't stay in the bubble like most things do in America. This shit went worldwide, But, it's just in the end, it just kind of comes down to, like, motherfucker, like, people are going to be ignorant if they're going to be ignorant. Those who want to learn and understand others and just kind of broaden their horizons, not even to say be a better person, but, like, just to learn more in general. It's always good to have conversations with others that don't look like you, aren't from where you're from, or do look like you and are from where you're from, but just to hear, like, listen to someone else's experience or story. Like, that's to me, that's dope. Like, I think that's, like, the dopest shit to do in any given in a day. Like, sitting at a bar, like, people be weird sometimes when they be like, oh, this person just randomly started talking to me at a bar. Well, what if this motherfucker had a bad day, or he's having such a great day and he doesn't have anybody to tell? Be the ear for a minute. You know what I mean? I don't know.
And that's what it is. It's just like, I feel like not everything has a motive, or, you know what I mean? Like, it just let it be what it is, right?
Right. Because, like, what if the guy just found out, or the person just found out they're going to have a kid? Yep. Or, you know what I mean? Not saying at the bar, but just in general. Or they just got, like, engaged, or, found a significant other, or got a promotion at work,
or
or
even the other aspect of it, right? Like, maybe they just caught their significant other cheating, or they're getting divorced,
I can get rid of that bitch,
or they're just, like, down in the dumps, and they're just like, hey man, how's your day?
Right.
Trying to cheer themselves up. Like, you just don't, I feel like this day and age, everything has a motive. What's your motive? Why are you talking to me? What do you know? Who sent you? It's like
my thing is, I think it's for me, like I agree with the motive thing, but I think even more so, like kind of like heavier and like more ugly is the angle of how does this benefit me?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What am I
like
getting out of
even when someone does something that's a pure, great, like a good-heartedly motivated, what do you call it? Gesture? Like say like give food to the homeless. Why you get your phone out? Why are you recording it?
Exactly.
Just do it and keep it moving.
Exactly.
You know you did good. Like or you tried to help somebody.
I think
the world don't need to know it. We appreciate you.
For me too, is I feel like it almost cancels itself out, right? So and let me say, like you have.
I wasn't gonna cut you off.
Yeah, I think you would. But you're going to, you're gonna go feed the homeless, or you're gonna, help the food bank, or whatever it might be. You're gonna volunteer somewhere. That's, you're putting good out there by using your phone. You're canceling out that good.
Right. Unless you do it repeatedly. Like so you did it, like say you're gonna do it, like when you said like helping like with the food or whatever, right? Say you do like what do they call that? A food bank or something? Say you do that and you decide I'm gonna do this every week on whatever day. And that you go online every day or every week that day. Now you're starting to get more eyes on it. So maybe you're bringing more people to come help.
But that's different.
Like that's different. That's what I'm saying. But if you're walking by a McDonald's or something and someone asks for whatever and they say a burger or something. So you go in and get the meal and then you start recording that you got the meal and you hand it to them and you make it seem like it's just off, whatever. That right there is like, again, it's almost, well, it pretty much is like you did it for the praise and like all that. Do it to help if you're gonna do it. Do it for the right reason.
It's fucked up because that person needs to take that meal. They don't have an option.
Right.
So whether you have your phone out or not, they're like, fuck, I need this or I'm not gonna eat.
Yeah, no, I would never do that.
You're putting that person into a fucked up situation because at no point are they gonna be like, man, get that out of here.
Yeah.
Like,
I had somebody do that. Motherfucker said he was hungry. I was like, all right, cool.
But
I walked in to go get, and I got the motherfucker.
But that
same thing I got.
Wanted drugs.
Right. So when I brought him the food and a drink, and I went to hand it to him, it was an SNL sub.
Oh, so good.
Some shit is fire. I went to hand it to him, and he goes, "Are you fucking kidding me? I don't want this shit." And I looked at him, and I was like, "All right, cool." So I kept it moving. I was like, "He's like, you don't got no money?" I'm like, "I was gonna give you food and a drink." Well, I'm like, what else would you need money? What would you need money for? Like, and I just kept it moving. Though I didn't sit there and talk to the guy after you want to kick attitude. After I didn't have to try and help you. You know what I mean? So yeah, that was my time when I definitely like doubled down on like I don't give money. I'll give you what you need. Like if you need like bandages or something, I'll go get the bandages for you. I don't mind. Like you know what I mean? My thing is, don't expect me to get cash or something so you can go and burn it on drugs or something.
You can't
or liquor. I wouldn't even pay for my fucking drink.
No, if. Like, you can't be mad at me for not giving you cash.
I might give you a nip. No.
Probably not recommended.
What? Listen, I might give a nip.
He said, I'm just not going to say it. The D word in Germany.
Oh, right.
So often there isn't any space left for the N word, so I can easily go without the N word. And if I can, everyone can.
Right, that's a good way to think about it. I just most of the time I think when people say it in general terms, I don't think they mean it the nasty way. You know what I mean? Like the way that's hurtful. I'm not giving anybody a pass and trying to say like justify that they're using it. Yeah. No. But at the same time, it's like you got to be aware of like when someone's just as much as you're aware of when someone's trying to be a dick or hurt somebody. Be aware when they're not.
Exactly.
But yeah. Oh, so back to the bill that they were trying to pass, or that they did pass.
We do.
They removed the federal minimum wage being raised to $15 and whatever, like 25 cents or something. They had to take that out. So I don't know. Like I just feel like as much as I'm like, damn, like it'd be great to get back into like the field, like cooking and whatnot, like corporate wise or whatever I'm doing it. Sorry, excuse me. I'm just like, bro, like there's not much jobs like that I could go get like at my with my experience and all that. Like I would be settled like going down. You know what I mean? Like I'd be trying to get like a entry level at like I'm not gonna. I mean, like, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that, like, it's kind of like know your worth in a sense. You know, I know the years of time that I've put in at, like, you know, in the industry, it warrants me at this point now. It's like I should be really shooting for management and stuff, but you know, I would rather walk in like that than to be like I did where I was working before. I was there for a while, worked my way up, and, like, you know, made the friendships that I made. So if I tried to go management, it would have been kind of like that odd area, like, of like interactions with people. Mm-hmm. So like now, if I go somewhere and I start fresh as the manager, then it'll be better.
But I think, you know, I feel like that's okay, right? Like, you put in the time, you put in the you know, sweat, tears, you know, whatever it might be.
Yeah.
So you know your worth as a chef. You know your worth as a, you know, a worker in a sense. Mm-hmm. Like, and for you, you know, whether it's pride or whatever, I feel like it's acceptable to say, I'm not going to go work here because I know I'm worth this. Yeah. I've already had this, so I should get this or better. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I think that's okay. Like
I said, know your worth, and also have your number, man. Know what you want. Like, know what the minimum is now.
Because you'd be surprised how many times
places be like,
jobs will be like, you walk in and you interview well, and then you ask the questions, and they're like, you know, what do you want as salary? And if you're like, boom, this is what I want, they're like, damn,
we could do that.
I didn't think you had a number.
Yeah, right. No, sometimes
you know what I mean? And then what would happen is, so say, just for shits and giggles, say you're like, I want $70K a year. They're like, best we can do is 50.
It's like,
you're like 60 and I'll take it.
62 and I'll walk.
So you walking in could have been making 50,000, but you just got yourself 15,000 more because you're willing to be like, no, 65 is where I draw the line.
You sure you don't want to go in the back and talk to your boss before you give me this bullshit money?
So it's like, you know, I think, you know, a lot of it's all about that, you know, that want, that motivation to be like, no, I know this is what I'm worth.
Yeah. And and the thing is, like, the job I had before, it kind of like set me up to be able to like tick off a lot more stuff because, you know, we're doing inventory and shit like that. So that adds a whole nother aspect to what I can do business wise, like culinary wise. Yeah. So it's like, you know,
you weren't just cooking.
Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like
I learned a team, you had, you know,
and I learned like the other ends of things too, like, you know, the paperwork that I didn't really do before. I learned like a lot of that with them. So I mean, I'd love to. I still want to be in the kitchen though. Yeah. I don't want to be behind no desk. I'm gonna be real. I don't want that, you know. Yeah. Like, let me be like.
But you're hands on. That's why.
Hell yeah.
You're a hands on person.
What I would like if I were to do the same kind of like department, I wouldn't mind being like the manager in that department because I still get to put my hand, like, you know, cook and shit. Like, I just don't want to be behind a computer the whole time. You know what I mean? Like, just filling out emails and shit like that.
But yeah. He said, "How was your 2020?"
Huh?
How was your 2020?
The year?
Yeah.
What does that mean? How was it?
How was it?
It was good until I lost everything. No, I'm kidding.
Well, no, okay. So
it was a record
2020 was like, you know, shit for everybody, right?
Bittersweet.
But 2020 honestly brought us, you know, developing this podcast more. It brought us our new business, WADCast. Like, you know, it brought us a lot of stuff. It brought us a avenue of income that we didn't know we could do.
Yeah.
At that time.
Yeah, you know what? When did I bought that for Christmas?
What?
The Cameo. When did you get that?
No, we got it for technically it was for Mother's Day.
Mother's Day in 2020.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
How was your 2020?
Yeah. Mine? Oh, yeah. Yeah, how is it over there right now with the whole COVID? Yeah.
Y'all back at concerts?
I know. Oh God, I can't wait to go back to a concert.
Cause we're not looking good.
Yeah, I honestly think we're gonna open and settle right back in the back of stage, and then
that's how it was in the beginning, right? They were like, "Boom, we're good. Stage 2. Never mind. Come back. Go stage 1. Stage 1.
We got you.
Y'all don't know how to act."
So here's my thing: is I'm worried that they're gonna rush to open for summertime.
I know.
They're gonna rush to open for summertime to be able to do a lot more and make more money, and try and recoup a lot of the money.
She said school needs a bath.
Oh, he does. Oh.
2020 was okay, but the last 2 months were very, very bad. Oh no.
Yeah, because they made you guys had to quarantine as well, right?
Oh, you guys did the right quarantine for real. They
locked down.
A lot of places. So I've been doing this like love notes from around the world, and a lot of places are like, I can't go out. There's cops on every street. You can't go out. The only the only time that they can go out, they have to put like basically like an appointment thing. They have to like call the cops, say I need to go to the grocery store. The cops bring them to the grocery store, get what they need, and bring them right back home. Like they drive their own car,
right?
But, like
go with them, like escort them.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of places did it the right way, and we just like dropped the ball so bad.
Mm-hmm.
The amount of people who passed from this shit could have been curved. It could have been curved easy, And the thing is, like, the mishandling happened in the earlier stages of it. Yeah. Like when we really needed to be away from each other
before March,
we were still working. People were still going to like shows and bars and shit. And then and when we got toward like the middle of this shit now, then they wanted to start being like, okay, now you can't be near each other, and we're asking for a hard lockdown. And I'm like,
and then it was like 6 feet. Nope, now it's 13 feet. Never mind, go back to 6 feet. Wear your mask. Don't wear your mask.
Well, even
wear
at certain
gloves,
points,
don't wear gloves.
At certain points where like we were in the only essential worker stage, I went out when I had to go get the shit done. When we went out, the amount of people that were out, and it was still technically supposed to be a hard lockdown. People were walking their dogs and shit. I'm like, what?
Walking the beach. It was
like literally
crazy.
just outside. Like,
is the vaccine can change the human DNA? I hope not.
No, so this vaccine that they're pushing is RNA based, I believe.
Oh wow. Programmer said I got ill for 4 weeks, had to go to the hospital, was diagnosed with Crohn's disease. I don't know if you know it. Yeah.
Yikes.
He lost 25 pounds through it, and when he came out of the hospital, his grand uncle died from corona.
Wow. Oh yeah, that's rough, bro.
So you've
Sorry
been
to hear
through
that. Were you able to get your Crohn's under like better
managed a little bit?
Yeah, like managed better. Yeah, I almost said under control, but I think that's a constant issue. Cause that's the one with like the stomach cramps and pains, right?
Yeah. It's gluten.
It's diet. No.
That's a gluten one?
No, Crohn's isn't just gluten. It could be whatever you eat. You never know. It could be many things in your diet. The celiac is the gluten one. But
you're right.
Yeah, I mean, this has been a great conversation. I appreciate everybody who stopped in and
what about
if you like this conversation, like make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that great stuff. We want to see it, and help us by sharing it too. Tell your friends about us. We be having all types of super dope conversations all the time. Every Saturday at 5. And then sometimes, just follow us on social media so if we go live another day, because we do have guests on a lot of the time. And, that is based off of days we can link up and schedule it together. But you'll always know at least a day in advance to when that guest will be on if it's not on just a Saturday. We're both starting to really focus on the punctuality.
We're trying to do better.
Of everything.
We also do have a dog and a 5-year-old, so things happen.
Yeah. Like right now, when she keeps walking in, I'm like, bear with us, my guy. Like, bear with us.
And I feel like a lot of people don't mind. And if you do mind, this isn't the podcast for you.
Man, fuck your feelings. That's where I'm at with it. Fuck you, man. Who cares?
That's good though. He got 30 pounds back.
Good, man. It's good. Yeah. Yeah, because some people get it real bad, and then not able to get it under control. Yeah, and I mean, I always wonder what's the change in your diet that you usually would have to make. I know every case would be different, but some severe cases where some people can eat certain
things.
Yeah, certain complex carbohydrates and shit would mess them up. You know what I mean? So couldn't eat rice and things like that, obviously. But yeah, it's wild. What were you gonna say before I went on a little spiel?
The DNA thing.
Yeah. So
Did we touch on that?
I just said the only thing that I know about it is that is it Moderna? I think Moderna and Pfizer. I think those two are both RNA based. I don't think they're DNA based.
Yeah.
But most vaccines we get are DNA based.
Yeah, the Johnson & Johnson one is coming.
Yeah, it's coming. It just got approved. But I don't know if that's gonna be RNA or DNA based. When you go get your flu shot, that's a DNA based vaccine. So I don't know what's the deal. What's the word on the RNA based and how it affects us differently.
Yeah, I will say that I did get the vaccine. I got my second dose Thursday. I'm trying not to think about everyone's, you're gonna turn into a zombie.
I got you. Don't worry.
I'm literally like, you know what?
Right to the dome.
Try it on me before you try to try it on my kid. That's really what it is. It's like,
boom! I got it.
and if something happens to me, you just make sure our baby's taken care of.
Right.
That's it, right?
Right.
Let her know mama loved her.
Boo! I don't mind. Yeah. But
yeah,
it's pretty dope.
fun.
We do. What's tonight? We got fights. There are UFC fights tonight.
There are UFC fights. Oh,
free.
So speaking of UFC fights, next weekend we will be watching the fights. Nope, we won't be showing you guys, but I think because it's on Saturday, so early that day we'll go live and give our
predictions and all that shit.
Yeah, and then maybe we'll do one Sunday or Monday and recap. So then that way,
right, a little more content and more involved in things that we like to
keep it consistent with the Saturday. But I think it would be good to do a recap and be like, damn, I lost. See how many we got right and go from there.
Right. Because next Saturday is huge.
Yeah, for us it's 7:14 right now. PM.
What? Oh.
In the US it's 7:14 PM.
Well, on the coast we live in, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about
3 hours.
Everything else.
Different.
I'm really bad with that stuff. I'm really bad with geography, so it's cool. I'm learning, I'm practicing, I'm trying.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited for what's coming up for us and just being able to be consistent with it. The more you keep doing it over and over, the better it gets. You know what I mean? And
just a heads up for those that don't know.
Giveaway time, baby! It's coming up.
Oh dang! It's 1:14 in the morning. You watching us?
Hey, shout out to you.
No, but we are gonna do a giveaway soon.
Yep.
We have a lot of things that we're working on. We have new merch.
Yes.
That's coming out.
Yes.
Stay tuned for that. But we do also we do ship.
Local, only in the United States.
We can
Sorry.
make it work.
No way. Wait, no way. We ship only internationally, bro.
Oh, cause that's like.
Are you kidding me right now?
I told you I don't know anything. But anyways, so we do stuff.
You're over here we can do. I'm like, motherfucker, that's
can we do that?
no.
No.
Nah.
Listen, I'm horrible with this stuff, but yes.
If we expand more, then eventually we can get there. But right now, we're just doing it within the United States. But damn, what was I about to say? Oh, giveaway. We're gonna be doing a giveaway very soon. What we'll do is we'll probably just draw up we'll pick one of the designs or a couple of the designs that we have. Obviously it'll be the podcast one and then maybe a couple of the fun ones that we've made, and we're gonna do it giveaway shirts. I was thinking. We got a couple things to do for beanies, so we're gonna do a beanie giveaway for sure.
Oh yes.
Yeah, that's where we're at with it. What else you got? Anything you want to talk about? Anything you remembered?
Nope. If I find it, I'll figure it out. But
yep. But this has been a great conversation. It's been fun. Make sure you guys subscribe, follow us on all platforms. It's at WithAllDisrespectPodcast on most platforms.
Our link tree is in there.
Yep.
So
where you put it in the thing?
I put it in the description of the
So if
video.
you click underneath on the bottom on that link tree, make sure you follow us on all platforms, and you'll get hit the notification bell on YouTube as well, so you can know when we go live.
Subscribe to us. We're on Facebook. So our link tree has everything: our Facebook, our Etsy,
the one-stop shop. OnlyFans, our OnlyFans. Not yet. Coming to you soon. It's gonna be only feet. There's money to be made, baby girl. Feet pics. I got some pretty toes. But with that being said, this has been another successful installment of the With All Disrespect podcast.